Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds in the welterweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors. Riyadh Season, 32 Red, Unibet, That Prize Guy, and Global Next Trade. Our referee in charge and scoring this contest will be Chris Dean. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing white with red and weighed in officially at 141.1 pounds. Coming to us from Laskowski, Poland, he is a veteran of 39 professional bouts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jacob Laskowski. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing multicolored trunks and weighed in officially at 139.5 pounds. Hailing from Coventry, England, he had a stellar amateur career, and now he makes his professional boxing debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Huey Malone.
Okay, fellas, you both know the rules. I want to see a good, clean fight. I say break, stop punching, take one pace back. Protect yourselves at all times, touch gloves.
Well, bout 2 of the evening in this action-packed undercard on a great card here in Nottingham, and another debutant. Jacob Laskowski out of Poland, boxing in the red and white shorts against Huey Malone in the pink and blue, quite multicoloured shorts actually, trained by Joe Gallagher and managed by Matthew Macklin, so good company there in the corner and beyond for Malone. And he's just starting this round well, Royston, in terms of getting on the front foot and showing Laskowski who's in charge.
Yeah, for sure. He's come out very fast here, and I like to see it. He's setting the tone very high for Laskowski, and if he can keep this up, he'll definitely get him out of there. Even though he's only been stopped 3 times, it'll be a big feat in itself to get the job done in that type of fashion.
Good body shots there from Huey Malone. Boxing has been his life for as long as he can remember, watching boxers and all the great fighters on the TV, so this must be such a magnificent moment for him, making his pro debut, something which all you boxers dream of, and here it is for him. And again, I'm sure those nerves are there, but he's looking good. Those feet are looking well. He's just tapping away there, just putting his shots together nicely, and that was a nice right hand over the top of the left hand of the Polishman.
I like his feints, what he's doing there, and working off his feints is nice, and he's got good variation of punches as well. He's got a big arsenal, as you can see.
Looks ever so relaxed as Malone. Looks very comfortable in there indeed.
That was good feet there by Malone. He got out of the way there and come straight back. And yeah, very nice off the lead hand, and working off the feints is good.
Good right hand over the top there from Laskowski, but Malone keeping him guessing at all times. You picked up on his feet, and his feints are good as well. And he's making the man from Poland think at all times, which can be tiring stuff.
That was a nice body shot on the inside there, and yeah, going back to that, if you keep your opponent thinking and under pressure, it takes it more out of them than the actual punches do.
It's a mental game as much as it is a physical game. Good opening round here from Malone. Boxes well off the back foot as well. That's an observation which I've made almost straight away. He can clearly punch going forward, but really, really nice boxing on his back foot, Royston.
Yeah, for sure. As you just seen there, just before the closing first round, he was moving off nicely on the angles.
It's not easy to do that, is it? For anyone who's boxed, it might look like it's easy, but throwing a selection of shots on your back foot while you've got someone walking towards you isn't the simplest thing in the world.
No, it's not, because you got to think under pressure at the time, because you think they're closing the distance on you. You're thinking about what shots to throw to get you in a better position in the ring, and like you're seeing there, he's got nice spring IQ. He got himself back to the centre when he was on the back foot, and yeah, it was a very nice opening first round.
Well, he's clearly well schooled. As we mentioned in his ring walk, he's done a lot in the amateur game and boxed and beat the likes of Cameron Vong and Jack Turner and George Liddard and many other top talents who we're now seeing in the professional game. And a very welcome addition to this weight category as well. And there is the bell to symbolise the start of this second round, and Huey Malone straight out on that front foot. Just feinting with that jab all the time, keeping his man thinking. He does not look like a debutant.
No, for sure. He's boxing very composed right now. He's coming out on the front foot, nice and aggressive. Not coming over his front foot where he's leaning, but just a bit of weight on the front foot where you know he's in front of you, and he's looking to hit you with some nasty shots.
You're the boxer. You're the boxer here, Royston. So when you look at him, does he look like he's trying to set something up a bit bigger and a bit more nasty?
Yeah, for sure. When he's popping that jab out, he's looking for him to overreach and probably counter him and then follow it up to the body, and just like that there. And then he's getting back onto the lead hand. So he's looking to catch him with some nice shots and work his man up and down.
It's a good observation, and he does throw that lead hook to the body very well. And Laskowski is a bit of a switcher himself, and the majority of the time he's in that orthodox stance. But if you just watch him, he'll switch to southpaw and switch back. But Huey Malone making the most of it and has caught him under the elbow with that lead hook of his on multiple occasions already, and we're just 2 rounds in.
That's a lovely jab he's throwing there. He's setting everything up for him like that did there, just knocking his opponent off balance and letting him think about it, and he can get his shots off from there.
I asked somebody who follows the amateur scene very closely, how do you describe Huey Malone? And he said to me, he is an aggressive, high-volume puncher, and that is certainly carried over to the pro ranks, because that's what we're seeing. He's not throwing exactly punches and bunches every single time, but he's certainly thrown a good few shots in both of these rounds so far, and he's keeping his man occupied, both mentally and physically. Shots upstairs, shots up downstairs, and doing it well. Good shot selection.
Just getting to his man a little bit more now, just thinking a little bit more, just waiting in front of him, and it's good. It's very good the way he can get him moving when he wants him to, and getting his shots off.
He's certainly in full control as we go to the last few seconds of this second round. This one's scheduled for 4. How do you think he's feeling? 2 rounds in, professional debut, keeping his man guessing, landed some good shots. He's doing plenty well, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. If I was Huey Malone, I'd be thinking I'm doing a great job right now. He's very, very pleasing to the eye, the way he boxes. He throws punches and bunches. He can also box on the back foot a little bit. It was nice to see. Yeah, he's a good rounded fighter, and I can see why he beat some good names in the amateurs, and it's the pro ranks now, and he's known what it's all about, and he's doing a great job at it.
Laskowski's been in there with some good talent in the UK and Ireland. Thomas Berry, a very good fighter in the amateurs as well. Campbell Hatton, Henry Turner and many others. All of those have taken him a distance, and in fact, he has been stopped 3 times in 35 defeats, but no British fighter has been able to get him out of there yet. And I'm sure Huey Malone is aware of that. And he's straight out on that front foot again. I love that. There's no mucking around from him. Straight to the centre of the ring. And busy again, starting this round in the same way that the last one ended. Good work from Malone, upstairs and downstairs immediately. Just watching Laskowski, when Malone puts his shots together, his kind of eyes flutter because he just doesn't know where those shots are coming from, because he really is switching up the levels and the angles at all times. And I think it's kind of a bit of an overdrive on his brain, on his boxing brain anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Just then he was working his man up and down again and keeping that lead hand just in front of his face. So it's like sort of like a blinding jab. So when he flicks the lead hand, he don't know what's going to happen next, because he punches very well on the lead foot, and he throws punches and bunches as well.
Have you seen anything from Laskowski so far that Malone needs to be careful of, or do you just think he's in full control, and not that there's nothing to worry about, but there's nothing which he's not prepared for in terms of what you've seen so far?
Yeah, for sure. He's got he's totally in control. He's doing what he wants, really. He's just needs to just watch out for little things, just switching off a couple of times here and there, and you get catch with the odd leaky shot. But when you're as composed as he is now, it's in a flow state where everything's just coming off just nicely.
Perfectly put. Malone boxing really, really well here in his pro debut. Looks like he's enjoying himself, going through the motions and going through them well. Laskowski looks a bit hesitant to try and make an entrance because he has been caught on multiple times when he's tried to do so. And that was a good screw shot there from Malone. The referee just telling both fighters to watch their heads. We don't want any cuts. Got the feeling that Laskowski's starting to get a little bit tired now. And it looks like he's trying to get in and grab hold of him a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to start feeling the pace now. It's been a pretty high-paced contest, and Huey Malone is in good shape now. He's got a great trainer, and he's training would definitely make sure that he's fit enough for these 6 rounds to push the pace and get Laskowski out of it.
What do you think Joe Gallagher, legendary trainer, very well experienced trainer, will be saying to his man in the corner there? Because, like you pointed out, he's doing so much well. What do you want to hear as a fighter, I guess? Maybe that's the question.
When you're in that situation there and it's going in your way, your trainer will start saying to you, start pushing the pace, start being on top of your man a little bit more, start being a little bit more physical with him, and where in the sense of when he grabs hold of you, sort of trying to budge him off and try and pick up on little things, cutting him off in the ring, making him think more, and it chips away at the opponent, and that's when the stoppages come.
Well, let's see what those little adjustments are after the break in between rounds there. And Malone starting this one again in the same way that he finished the last one, and that is on the front foot, busy with those hands. Great body work there from him. He really just stings that body whenever he wishes to. He sneaks that left hook round the right elbow of Laskowski, and then he dips that right straight hand into the body when he wishes to as well. This is a really good professional debut so far. One of the really good things about when it's relatively quiet in an arena, when you've got these kind of undercard fights late in the afternoon, is you can hear everything around you. You can just hear Joe Gallagher shouting out the instructions there. And can see the eyes of Malone as he processes those instructions and then puts it into practice.
Yeah, like I was saying, now he's starting to push back his man a lot more, and Savalski's starting to cover up. He's starting to run out of ideas, and he's looking to just try and frustrate him a little bit, trying to call him in, and it's not working. So I've got to say a good job by Huey Malone.
Nice straight right hand down into the midsection from Malone. He's going to come out ungrazed at the moment because defensively he's boxed so well as well. Fair play to Jacob Laskowski, who's been on the front foot more in this round than he has in the previous rounds. But Malone is adapting well. Again, boxing really nicely on that back foot. His former Team GB star, Huey Malone. Laskowski really having a go here.
Yeah, I like the movement out of Malone there. He was listening to his coach when he was saying, come back, counter punch, move again, and he was listening to it correctly. So that's also what you want to see as a professional. You want to see your fighter listening to what you're saying, because when you're in that ring, the best advice you can get is off of your coach. And if you're listening to it, there's not really much can go wrong if you prepare correctly, and the plan is coming together well, and as that is happening in this contest right now.
It's a really good point. That is, one thing is listening, the other thing, and the most important thing, is being able to put that into action. Do you have times as a fighter when you go back to the corner and your coach says to you, Royston, he's doing this and this and you need to do this, and you know it already, but you just needed to hear it from him? Sometimes is it a bit of a reassurance thing?
Yeah, for sure. When you go back to the corner, when you've had weeks of preparing for fights, it's drilled into you mentally, and that's the great thing about it, is that when you're listening and they're just telling you just to tweak this and tweak that, and it comes into play so much more better on the night, and that's what's happening here. He's boxing well.
He's boxing well indeed, and if you're just joining us, welcome along. Our second fight on these prelims card. We've got 8 in total. Another 6 after this. And our last fight on the prelims will be the British and Commonwealth and former European champion Sam Noakes, who's knocking on world title doors. And then the main event, or the main card, sorry, will start on DAZN from 7 p.m. and there are some crackers on there, which will conclude with Leewood versus Anto Kakachi. We're in the penultimate round now of this one. Huey Malone's professional debut. And he's been consistent throughout. And a very good body puncher.
He's boxing nice here. He's pushing his man back, working on the inside, catching and countering. And he's doing a good job at it. As you can see there, he's threading one through the middle and then bringing it up. Even though he's walking forwards, it doesn't matter. These shots are taking toll on him to the body. As you can see, he's getting a bit frustrated. He's trying to have his last hurrah. And Huey Malone's doing a great job at boxing right now and keeping it in the pocket.
Well, Laskowski definitely trying to put the pressure on a little bit more, but just isn't good enough to have enough success with it for it to make an impact, because as he starts going more on the front foot, we're seeing Huey Malone just adapt and overcome almost every little thing which the man from Poland is trying. He boxes just as well on the back foot as he does on the front foot. Standing his ground here in Nottingham. And there's that left hook under the right elbow once again. Joe Gallagher, just a bit more authority in his voice. He's just telling Malone to get back on his jab. And I guess a bit of a subtle message behind that might be, don't get too carried away. You're boxing well.
No, another comfortable round from Malone that was. He boxed very well. Just at the end there, his coach just told him to get back on the lead down because Laskowski was trying to cover the space and trying to smother him where, not the sense to tire him out from hitting him, just being in front of him tires you out sometimes. And as Joe Gallagher picked up on that, it was telling fighter to get back to what he was doing good and back to what was working. So no, it was good to see that, and it was good to see again by Malone listening to that.
As I have said a couple of times, we've got some great fights coming up on the undercard here this evening. A couple of debutants and some real good amateur standouts. Haris Akbar is another one which you really need to keep an eye on, and Charlie Senior there as well, the third from the bottom, who won bronze for Team Australia in the Olympics in Paris 2024. We've got a real talented undercard here before the main show, or the main event card starts at 7 p.m. Really good work there from Malone.
Yeah,
put his shots together beautifully, didn't he then?
Yeah, and especially he started the rounds off like he has done through every round. Nice and controlled, conserving his energy in the centre of the ring. That was nice work there, touching him up twice and dropping him onto the body, and then following up again.
Just get the sense that Malone just starting to put a little bit more venom into these shots as we're in the 6th and final round of his debut fight.
That was a pretty shot there when he come in, a nice short right hand as Vossi dipped his head. I would like him just a little bit more, just maybe slow the punches down and sink him in a little bit more, just like that there. That's lovely work.
Good pressure from Laskowski, who in the last few rounds really has, you can't deny him of trying, he has. He hasn't got through with much, but he has tried to pile the pressure on. He's had his chin tucked into his chest and he's been trying to make some sort of entrance in there, some sort of way, but Malone has just been far too good for him, in my opinion. Nice sneaky little lead uppercut there from Malone. Can throw shots from the tightest of angles. Laskowski just walking forward. The last 10 seconds of Huey Malone's
Pro debut.
yeah, done well.
Done very well. Good finish.
Yeah. Well, good stuff there from Huey Malone. Joe Gallagher just gives him a bit of a nod to say well done. But I'm sure there'll be some viewing of this fight, and there will be plenty that the pair of them will pick up on and will learn from, as well as his manager Matthew Macklin, who obviously operated at the highest of levels in professional boxing, and that will play a big part when it comes to a young fighter in his professional career. But I tell you what, that was a very impressive professional debut. Did lots very, very well. Good feet, punches in bunches, good shot selection. Clearly showed that he could box both on the front foot and on the back foot. And we look forward to seeing how he progresses as the years go by. Not the easiest game in the world, but Thomas Triber has the scorecard in his hand, and we'll pass over to him right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Chris Dean, scores the contest 60-54 for your winner and successful in his professional boxing debut, Huey Malone.